Let's shift our focus to understanding how the environment affects intelligence, starting with the contribution of home life to intellectual development. Longitudinal studies have shown that IQ is not perfectly stable as children develop. A child IQ can fluctuate by 30 or 40 points through childhood. Researchers have been keen to understand whether the changes in IQ are linked to the characteristics of the children's environments. For example, the children's IQs were negatively related to the number of risk factors. No single risk factor was crucial, rather, it was a accumulation of different risks that mattered. For example, if the head of household is unemployed or holds a low-skilled job, it can create a less stimulating environment for the child. Similarly, a mother who did not complete high school may have fewer resources and opportunities to support her child's intellectual development. Large families with 4 or more children might struggle to provide individual attention and resources to each child, which can also affect cognitive growth. This negative impact extended beyond IQ scores to language development and school performance. The home observation for measurement of the environment uses 45 items to assess the quality of a child's environment. The higher the home score, the better the child development at any age. Measures of the home assessment correlate with future intelligence, indicating that a supportive home environment can significantly boost a child's cognitive growth. To give you a clearer picture, there are 3 examples of home subscales. The first subscale, emotional and verbal responsivity of parent, includes items such as whether the parent responds to the child's vocalization with verbal response, praises the child's qualities or behavior, teaches the child the names of objects, and shows affection through caresses and kisses. The second subscale, avoidance of restriction and punishment, assesses whether the parent refrains from expressing overt annoyance or hostility, avoids slapping or spanking, and does not scold or derogate the child. The third subscale, provision of appropriate play materials, evaluates whether the parent provides age-appropriate learning equipment, toys that promote eye-hand coordination, and items that encourage interest in literature or music. However, it's important to note that a child's genetic makeup can also affect the home score. This is because genetics can influence how parents interact with and treat their children, thereby impacting the overall quality of the home environment. The Abecedarian project, launched in North Carolina during the 1960s and 1970s, focused on supporting low-income children and their families. This groundbreaking initiative enrolled infants with the average starting age of 4 months and provided them with a high-quality child daycare for 8 hours a day, 50 weeks a year, until they turned 5. The child care center had a low child-to-teacher ratio and curriculum designed to promote cognitive development. On top of that, the kids got extra nutrition and health benefits, while their moms were taught about child development. The project involved 111 low-income African American infants who were randomly assigned to either a treatment group or an untreated control group. The intervention had an immediate effect on IQ, with differences between the treatment and the control group emerging as early as 6 months into the program. These differences continue to grow, and by preschool the average IQ difference between two groups was 17 points. The Abecedarian project not only had immediate effects on children's IQ, but also provided significant long-term benefits. By age 21, participants showed substantial advantages in intellectual tests and academic assessments of reading and mathematical performance. They had also attained more years of education compared to their peers. Additionally, they were less likely to be teen parents, less likely to smoke marijuana, and less likely to report depressive symptoms. The benefits continued into adulthood. By age 30, participants were more likely to hold a bachelor's degree, have a job, and delay parenthood. By age 35, they enjoyed better health with lower rates of obesity, hypertension, and coronary heart disease. This finding highlights the profound and lasting impact that early, high-quality intervention programs can have on individuals' intellectual, academic, and overall life outcomes. Project Head Start is an American intervention program that is significantly larger in scope than the Abecedian project. It primarily targets low-income preschool children and their families, with approximately 2,500 Head Start centers spread across the United States. Head Start emphasized family and community involvement. Parents are encouraged to volunteer in the children's classroom and have a say in the program's direction, rather than just addressing differences in a child's background. Head Start aims to build on existing interests and strengths. While academic readiness is a key component of the curriculum, other aspects of child development are also emphasized. Social skills, self-confidence, and motivation are crucial, as is physical development, with a strong focus on nutrition and dental and medical care. So, does Head Start work? Early evaluation focused on IQ gains, and many were disappointed when Head Start did not produce lasting improvements in children's IQs. Over time, however, it has become clear that Head Start, like many intervention programs, offers many benefits beyond IQ scores. These benefits include great academic successes, better health, improved social skills, and increased family involvement in the child's education. The achievements of Head Start are notable. Adults who participated in the program tend to have higher incomes and more years of education. Children show higher test scores, and young adults demonstrate stronger academic performance. They are less likely to be diagnosed with learning disabilities, less likely to commit crimes, more likely to graduate from high school and attend college, and less likely to suffer from poor health as adults. In the 1990s, the Ontario government launched a 25-year longitudinal early intervention project known as Better Beginnings, Better Futures. This program targets children in economically disadvantaged neighborhoods across several Ontario cities. The project has five main goals: to reduce or prevent emotional and behavioral problems and promote healthy development in young children, to support and strengthen parents and families in meeting children's needs, to develop local organizations to provide programs for young children, to encourage neighborhood parents to collaborate with service providers in developing and implementing programs, and to establish partnerships with existing service providers such as schools. The program was initiated in 8 Ontario communities, including one First Nations community. Similar to the Head Start programs, the procedures used by individual Better Beginnings, Better Futures project vary from community to community, tailoring the program to the residents' needs. Some programs are school-based while others take place outside of school. They address various levels of intervention, including nutrition and meals, classroom enrichment, homework help and tutoring, programs for parents, and after-school activities. Follow-up studies suggest that the Better Beginnings, Better Futures program is effective. Improvements have been reported in children's emotional and behavioral problems as well in their social skills. Although no consistent overall change have been found in scholastic achievements across the 8 different sites, the program appears to have reduced the need for special education services. Additionally, the program has had positive effect not just for the child participants but also for the parents. Improvements have been noted in both children and parents' health, parenting skills, and the overall quality of life in the neighborhood involved. Did you know that the average North American child spends around 15,000 hours in school from ages 5 to 18? That's a lot of time. School isn't just a place where kids learn facts and figures. It's a crucial environment when they develop their intellectual abilities. So what do we really know about how schooling impacts cognitive development? Some aspects of children's cognitive development are more strongly and consistently influenced by schooling than others. For instance, many of the types of knowledge studied by Piaget are relatively unaffected by schooling. However, other aspects of cognitive development are more affected by schooling. For example, schooling can enhance skills in various types of perceptual analysis, such as ability to match stimuli or construct models of familiar patterns. It also impacts memory. Children who attend school not only perform better on a variety of memory tasks, but are also more likely to use mnemonic strategies to help them remember. Additionally, schooling influences how children classify objects. Similarly, schooling affects how children think about words and use language, with school children more likely to think in terms of general categories and abstract relations. Finally, schooling improves children's ability to reflect their own cognitive processes or think about thinking, a concept known as metacognition, which has become a significant area of research. It's long been known that there is a positive relationship between the number of years of education completed and IQ. In other words, the more schooling people have, the higher their IQs tend to be on average. The usual explanation is that more intelligent people tend to stay in school longer. This is almost certainly part of the reason for this correlation. However, it's also possible that the cause and effect might flow in the opposite direction. That is, schooling might actually increase IQ. Several pieces of evidence support this idea. First, children who drop out of school tend to see a decline in IQ compared to those who stay in school, even when both groups started with similar IQ levels. Second, children's IQs have been shown to dip slightly during summer vacation and then rise again during the school year. Third, children whose birthday fell in late December, making them just barely old enough to start school, tend to have higher IQ scores by age 8 than those whose birthday fell in early January, making them just miss the cutoff. Essentially, the two groups are almost the same age, but one group has an extra year of schooling. It's clear that some schools and teachers consistently produce better results and have happier, more productive classrooms than others. even when students start at similar levels. Sir Michael Reuter has studied the quality of schooling. He found little evidence that variation in school successes, such as test scores, attendance, and graduation rates, are related to the financial or physical resources available to the school, the overall size of the school, or class sizes. So, what factors do influence school successes? According to Reuter, successful schools have a clear focus on academic goals and well-defined procedures to achieve them. Teachers plan the curriculum together, actively teach important content, regularly assign and grade homework, and hold high but realistic expectations for the students. Discipline in successful school is firm but fair, enough to maintain focus without causing anxiety or resentment. Students feel part of the school community through opportunities to participate in activities and have a voice in school decisions. While organization and efficiency are clearly desirable in schools, achieving these qualities can be challenging. One debate in practice is arbitrary grouping, where students are separated into groups based on their abilities, often determined by standardized tests. In early school years, this might mean different reading groups within a class, while in higher grades, it could mean separate curricula for college-bound and vocational task students. Is ability grouping a good education practice? Well, there is no simple answer. The idea behind it, that instruction should match the student's developmental level and interests, is widely accepted. It's generally easier to achieve this feat in small, similar ability groups than in a diverse class of 30 people. Some forms of ability grouping work well for some students, particularly for those of high academic achievements. However, ability grouping can also have drawbacks, especially for students placed in low-level tracks. These students may not receive challenging content or high-quality instruction, and low-income and minority children are often overrepresented in these groups. They also miss out on opportunities to interact with high-ability students, losing chances for spontaneous peer tutoring. Furthermore, the negative labels associated with being a slower group can harm a child's self-image, which can affect their future academic expectation and motivation. Peers play a crucial role when children first start school at age 5 or 6. Kids who have several good friends when they begin kindergarten tend to be happier, develop more positive attitudes towards school, and show greater academical gains through the years. On the flip side, being rejected by peers is linked to negative attitudes and poorer school performance. Associating with academically oriented peers boosts motivation and achievement, while hanging out with antisocial peers is linked to poor grades and dropping out. Through grade school and hanging out with academically minded peers boosts motivation and achievement, while hanging out with antisocial peers is associated with poor grade and dropping out of school. During primary and secondary school, children without friends are less well adjusted in the classroom, have higher rates of absenteeism, and more likely to be held back a grade. They are also less likely to finish school. Family is also key to school success. The quality of the home environment contributes to a child's intellectual ability, which in turn affects school performance. But the family's influence goes beyond intellectual stimulation. From the start of school, children's adjustment and academic performance are linked to the quality of family relationships and support. Important aspects of family life include the number of parents or adults in the home, family stability, the quality of parent-child relationships, and parental support for academic achievement. Frequent family moves can have negative effect, especially for shy or withdrawn children. Parents also influence their children's school success by affecting the peers they associate with, which can shape academic attitude and performance.